Focus is not struggle, it is a locked thought set. An introduction to the 7-minute daily focus. Part 2, the principle of focus. Focus is not struggle, it is a locked thought set, the stabilized awareness of what is already metaphysically true. It is the inner continuity that prevents contradiction, interruption, or drifting. Focus is not intensity, focus is consistency. To focus is to hold your attention on the metaphysical actuality of your desire, the completed form that exists before physical translation. When you focus, you are not imagining a future state. You are acknowledging a present metaphysical truth. The physical world does not respond to confusion, wavering, or scattered attention. It responds to the stability of your inner recognition. Focus functions as the regulator of translation. When it is steady, appearance aligns. When it wavers, appearance fractures. A thought held in consistency becomes a physical reality held in form. This is the essence of the principle of focus, the unwavering perception of what is prior to what appears. To expand this principle, you must understand that focus is the stabilizer of translation. Translation is the movement from metaphysical form into physical appearance. That movement requires steadiness. The moment focus fractures, the translation process becomes interrupted, revised, or redirected. Most people do not fail in desire, they fail in focus. They do not lose the metaphysical truth, they lose the continuity of awareness. They hold the thought one moment, contradict it the next, and wonder why their lives reflect inconsistency. Focus is the cure for contradiction. Your life cannot hold two states at once. It will always report the state you occupy most consistently. If you hold the actuality of your desire as true in one moment and accept the appearance of its absence in the next, you create a split translation. Physical reality attempts to report completion, but your wavering attention instructs it to pause, stall, or retreat. This is why focus is not intensity, it is loyalty. Focus is the refusal to betray what the first sense has revealed simply because the 5 senses cannot yet confirm it. Think of focus as metaphysical momentum. Once momentum builds, translation strengthens. Every contradictory thought disrupts the flow. Every doubt is a redirection. Every fear is a counter-command. The physical world does not oppose you, your divided focus does. When you hold a thought steadily, you are not building a wish, you are maintaining recognition. This distinction is vital. Wish attempts to believe. Focus simply refuses to disbelieve. The metaphysical form of your desire is already complete. Focus does not create it. Focus holds it long enough for appearance to match it. This is why sustained focus generates inevitability. Once your awareness has stabilized on a completed metaphysical form, the physical world becomes obligated to report it. It cannot do otherwise. Appearance must follow actuality when actuality is held without contradiction. In this way, focus is not just a tool, it is a metaphysical principle. Focus also determines the quality of your state. Your state is the atmosphere of your consciousness, the tone, density, clarity, and stability of your inner world. When focus is scattered, your state becomes thin, unstable, or reactive. But when focus is centered, your state becomes thick, deliberate, commanding. A stabilized state is the strongest signal in metaphysical translation. It does not shout, it does not strain, it simply holds. And because it holds, it instructs. The physical world rearranges itself according to the atmosphere you sustain. When your state is stable, the translation process is clear. When your state is unstable, the translation process is delayed. Focus stabilizes the state, and the state governs appearance. Now consider what happens when focus is directed inward rather than outward. Most people attempt to focus on external conditions, the job, the results, the circumstances, the physical sensory evidence. But outward focus is reactive. It gives power to what has already appeared rather than the reality that precedes appearance. To focus correctly is to focus inward, on the metaphysical form, on the identity that holds actuality, on the state that commands translation. Outward focus is fragile. Inward focus is unbreakable. The more you attend to the physical world, the more you become subject to it. The more you attend to actuality, the more the physical world becomes subject to you. This is the reversal that most individuals never attain. They function from the external to the internal, rather than from the internal to the external. Focus is the mechanism through which the inside becomes the outside. It does not operate through effort, repetition, or emotional intensity. It operates through continuity of recognition. Your task is not to hold the thought tightly, but to hold it consistently, to return to it, to refuse contradiction, to refuse fragmentation. When you do this, the metaphysical form becomes the psychological environment you inhabit. And once you inhabit a truth inwardly, the outer world must eventually translate it. This is why the 7-minute daily focus is so powerful. 7 minutes of stabilized awareness is more influential than 7 hours of scattered effort. 7 minutes of unbroken focus begins a chain reaction. Awareness stabilizes, state strengthens, translation cleans itself, appearance adjusts. And once this movement begins, it becomes self-reinforcing. The more you focus, the more your state aligns. The more your state aligns, the more your world shifts. The more your world shifts, the easier it becomes to maintain focus. This is the structure of inevitability. Finally, understand this. You do not focus on convincing reality. Reality does not need convincing. It is already complete. You focus on convincing yourself to stabilize your awareness in a truth the physical world has not yet reported. Appearance is always behind actuality. Focus closes that distance. The moment you hold a metaphysical truth without wavering, translation accelerates. The moment you refuse contradiction, the physical world begins to align. The moment you stabilize your awareness, appearance becomes inevitable. Focus is not the struggle of becoming. It is the principle of perceiving. To focus is to honor the truth that is already yours.